What's up, guys? It's Ken over here at Backbodymystery. Right now, we're in recovery. Today, I got my special guests here, Kelvin and Jarrell from Evil Genius. Today, we're going to be talking about video games, AI, and how AI is affecting video games, a little bit of C2E2, and touch a little bit on the Marvel movies that are coming out. So, before I get started, slap like and share. That's the best way to support the channel. We're all new fathers or been fathers or somewhere 25% in being a father. So what's some video games that you want your children to play? What must they experience that you experience?
Well, I mean, I already play a couple of games with the kids. They like Fusion Frenzy, anything that's multiplayer. I think we've been playing Streets of Rage. Games that I want them to get into, like real old school games. I started having my daughter play Pac-Man and the types of stuff that I know that they won't never come across. Like I have to, you gotta force it on them, super old school stuff. Like I think I might be some Ninja Turtle games that I want to play.
Ninja Turtles on a console, or you gonna take them to an arcade somewhere?
Arcade Ninja Turtles. Because we've already been playing Streets of Rage. I got them into the new Karate Kid Rumble game, and it's like Streets of Rage, like a four-player co-op. So they do that. And then, like I said, they do a lot of Fusion Frenzy and four-player games. So anything that everybody could play together that's the move, usually.
Okay.
Yeah, that's some great answers, man. I think when that comes to like, hey, my son got to play a game, like right off back, Kingdom Hearts.
Oh my God!
I felt like that was just
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, because I felt like that was just a magical game. You can't even like.
It was a big part of your childhood.
Yeah, man. You know what? I played hundreds of games, but that one it literally captures the childhood. As far as the magic, the theme of it. It just instills this feeling of magic, and you just like, man, this is what video games is all about.
I beg to differ. When Kingdom Hearts first came out, I was like, what is this Disney Goofy running around with a keyblade, whooping up? I was like, this guy can't take this shitty story. It was fun. I did enjoy Kingdom Hearts, but at the time when Kingdom Hearts came out, I was like, dude, we got Final Fantasy. We got Wild Arm. We got stuff like
a bunch of others.
Dragon Age, Skyrim, or Elder Scrolls.
Trust me, it was no bigger game that year when it came out.
He ain't lying.
Even now, 20 years later, they still have a huge following behind that game.
How many Kingdom Hearts do they have?
I think
chronologically, probably 3, but like all together, it's probably like 8.
Yeah, because they got the little ones in between.
Yeah,
Kingdom Hearts, like Goofy and Donald Duck.
Well, you said what you want the kids to
I mean, when I think about what my kids gonna want, I'm like, y'all need to play Metal Gear Solid, Ninja Gaiden.
Lock his ass up. You going to jail.
All right, see, I gotta wait till they get to 10.
Yeah, wait till
I can't be like, hey, 4-year-old.
Yeah,
go ahead.
When you say the kids, I'm thinking kids.
Like, what are you talking about? You think what did we grow up playing? We played Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, they want the kids.
Well,
see, I ain't playing Mortal Kombat.
I didn't play Mortal Kombat until I was like 8 to 10.
See, I'm thinking first video game to the kids.
First,
they just picking it up, getting them in. That's why I'm playing Pac-Man.
Mario, perhaps.
Yeah, they go.
What are you talking about? These kids are playing.
Got a 5-year-old playing Metal Gear. Like, get out of that box, boy.
They playing Fortnite, shooting and blowing up and killing.
You gotta think about it. But see, that's why another reason I chose Kingdom Hearts, because Fortnite, it's colorful, it's eye catching, and like as a photographer, it's kind of like these things catch people's eyes. Like if you're scrolling, let's say Instagram, Facebook, whatever the case being, and you see some colorful food as you're scrolling, or a colorful picture, that's gonna kind of make you go, hold on, what was that? Right, it stands out, it pops out. That's why kids love Fortnite, because it's so eye catching.
Maybe I'm flying these skins.
That's why I was told before, like, hey, if a woman wants to catch a man's attention, she'll wear red. Because that immediately, hey, what she got on?
I may have heard that a couple times.
The Matrix when he walked past with the red dress. Yeah, the girl in the red dress. Got it.
Yeah, it's a psychological thing.
I'm surprised you didn't say Mass Effect. I thought he was gonna have a 5-year-old trying to play Mass Effect.
Mass Effect got sex in it. That's why.
I mean, you said Metal Gear.
Metal Gear Solid 3, they had like a discreet sex scene with Eva and Big Boss. But Mass Effect got like you make the right decision. You getting it in.
Even though I was a kid.
He didn't say the wrong decision. He said you make the right decision.
Exactly. But even though I was a kid and I played this game when I was like 7 or 8, I didn't realize Gray Fox's code name until I got older. And I looked and I thought about his code name and I was like,
yep.
Wow. I didn't think nothing of it because I thought my man's had a D voice. I was like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
you throw back some memories. What's some video games y'all played growing up that need to make a comeback? Because right now they are bringing back a lot of stuff. If you see what's coming out, remakes, bringing it back, or just, I guess, continuing the series. But what's something that hasn't been announced that y'all were like, I wish they would make a part 2 or part 3?
I think EA Sports Big need to get back out. A lot of the roster. Give me SSX. I'll take a SSX Tricky 2.
Wait, they never made a 2?
They made SSX 3, XXX Unbound, XXX Tricky, but they didn't do like a 1, 2, 3, 4. They didn't do no sequels. They just come out with a new game, same premise. I think if they took the premise from SSX Tricky with the dancing and the, find some influencers, find some, some musicians who got some, TikTok dances, have them do a snowboard with the TikTok dances, it'll go crazy.
SSX, man, I played the hell out of that game.
Yeah.
Splinter Cell needs to make a comeback.
Yeah, classic.
Splinter Cell, they like, I think they made something, but it wasn't the same. What's that game? Skate. I enjoyed Skate.
Yeah.
When it was competition with Tony Hawk, Skate was dope.
Again, all them extreme sports kind of games.
NBA Street Volume 2.
All of those.
NBA, what was it? Blitz or was it NBA? NFL Streets.
Yeah. They have Blitz.
NBA Streets.
Yeah, NFL Streets, NBA Streets. Yeah, Blitz. Yeah, N1 Street Ball.
The big baseball.
Yeah.
And those some cold games.
Yeah, Blitz was cold. Yeah, Blitz was. They got like a backyard football with Colin Kaepernick now.
Oh,
and it's all cartoony and
it ain't the same.
I'm trying to break a knee pad or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put him in a coma.
Battlegrounds, I guess.
See, that's not even as exaggerated as it used to be. I won't, give me WWE Extreme where they just doing ridiculous, they supercharge everybody on steroids and on fire and just jumping off of. That's what I want. That's especially for the kids. I feel like they don't have enough just outrageously fun kid games.
Yeah. Cause you remember Blitz the League, how when it got serious?
Yeah.
When it was cussing and Blitz the League was funny.
It was great. No Def Jams. Nothing, all that exaggerated. It wasn't real fighting. This wasn't real brawling. They didn't try to have great fight mechanics. It was just entertaining.
Yeah.
They should get more real entertaining games, I feel like.
Hey, but you think that was a wave or era in itself, and that was kind of it? Because
everything is. Yeah, everything is. I mean, so you saying make a comeback, we could bring the wave back. Violence is still prevalent. These kids like violence. They like music. We just need the right artists, the right platforms, but they can make it.
Man, you kind of jog my memory now. I don't know. Probably some personal ones. Probably Legend of Legaia 2, Legend of Dragoon, or Rival Schools even. I don't know if y'all
Rival Schools.
Rival Schools.
Man.
Rival Schools is... Man, Rival Schools. It was an age in itself.
It was. Like, that one game is still like a hidden gem that not many people know of, but it's still a huge community for us. They just need to remake these, and it's gonna be, I guarantee it's probably gonna blow up.
What games y'all played in the past that left y'all like emotionally wrecked? Like, this game me up. I'm not playing this no more.
Oh, I got two that came to mind.
Yeah, I got one.
Metal Gear 1, that was kind of crazy. Just how the story was and everything like that transpired that led up to the events of the philosophers and how Snake was made and the Genome Soldiers, all that. But one game that just messed me up that I don't even know if I can go back and play. People probably call me like whatever. But Last of Us 2, man. It was just...
I knew you were going to say Last of Us.
It was just...
I haven't played that yet.
Now, mind you, I played so many games. Hitman, Manhunt. Like, some of the most brutal games, but that one, it was just more so of on not even like an emotional level, more so on like a human level. It was so much carnage in there, and like towards the end, you kind of seen Ellie, she was like battling Abby, and it was like she having all these flashbacks and memories like, man, I lost my father figure, I kind of lost my spouse and my kid, and it's like, I'm doing all of this for what? Like, what does it mean? What am I getting
that's
out of
trying
this?
to hit you deep.
Yeah, it was, I don't know, it messed me up so much, I don't think I could play it again because of how Joel went, and it was, I don't know.
The story really pulled you in.
Yeah, man. Like I sat in the corner and had the rock face like this. like I was sad. My wife
Had you biting your knuckles on just.
My wife was like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Man, I can't even explain it to you because it's like a lot." Like I really went through that journey with them.
What about you? Some left you like, I ain't doing this no more.
Man, I was and I really liked the game, but I almost didn't even play the sequel after. I was playing the first BioShock, and I got about all the way to the end, and it was like a big reveal with the characters. I guess he was controlling you, and it was like a big twist and a backstab. No, the first BioShock. The original BioShock. You got to play through it. I've been playing through it again on Nintendo Switch. But yeah, it's a nice big curveball at the end because they ask you to do something, and it just flipped it upside down. I was like, man, I don't want to play this no more.
I do want to piggyback off of that because when I played BioShock Infinite, mind you, I didn't play the first two. I know, crazy. But Infinite really did mess me up because, I don't know if you play Infinite, right? I don't know if you remember her pinky was missing or whatnot, but even throughout that whole game, like you said, he was being manipulated and everything, but I didn't think so. I was like, nah. He was like, I am you. And she was like, she showed you all these different possibilities at the end, like, hey, no matter what decision you choose or how you want to do this, it's all gonna turn out the same way. You are the villain. You were the one who kidnapped me as a child, and it just messed my head up so much. Like, nah, Booker couldn't do this, man. Look at his personality. And then she was showing all these different like timelines or whatever. Like, yeah, that's you. Yeah. And it kind of messed me up because I was just like, dang, I went through this whole game to save her, just to still be the villain who's trying to torture. I was like, oh my God.
I would say I was emotionally pissed that I won't play again. It's Prototype 2. The ending was a waste of time. Crackdown. Do y'all remember Crackdown?
Yeah.
Crackdown. Yeah. The first one was cold as hell. I was like, you were caught blowing up the whole.
That'd be one to bring back.
What?
That's another one to bring back.
Crackdown? That was my shit. But it's like the end is like, dude, what the hell am I doing? Now, another one I felt like was a waste of time with True Crime 2. True Crime 2 was like, dude, even... Yeah. And them just no small one, but the one that really pissed me off, like, dude, y'all series up, was Saints Row 3.
Yeah.
Saints Row 3, Saints Row 4. I'm like, dude.
I agree.
1 and 2 are great.
1 and 2 are great.
And you get the 3 and it was like, what's going on? They got real
lie,
cartoony. They just went completely.
Dude, they put some Crackdown elements in there, and they just kind of went off the rails with that one.
They were tripping and cracked. I'm gonna go back to Crackdown, but Saints Row 3 and 4.
Yeah, aliens and presidency, and I'm just like, man, y'all kind of lost.
Like y'all emotionally had me in with the first two. I was like, I'm finna convert from Grand Theft.
Yeah,
that's how cold it was.
So Johnny Gat was my guy.
Yeah,
he was my guy.
I know he made you want to be loyal to him.
I'm a third street saint.
But I'm gonna end with this. See, I'm getting emotional now. The game that pissed me off the most when Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, when Big Smoke betrayed everybody. Yeah, I was like, damn, Big Smoke.
Yeah. I see some videos of that, and I was just like,
you dirty.
You dirty. With the Unreal Engine and the updates that come with the Unreal Engine and the anticipation of the Unreal Engine 6, MetaHuman technology is making it easier for them to create hyper-realistic digital humans in video games. The future of video games is going to have a heavy input in AI, but what do you all think about people using AI when they're creating video games that may be using like scams? Or they create a digital image of you and it's not you. Because if you look at meta-human technology in video games, it looks real life.
Yeah.
But what's your thoughts on potential scams with how they advance into the next wave of video game technology?
I feel like as far as AI goes, that'll probably be great. It'll I feel like that fast forward a lot of game development as far as like NPCs or voice dialogue or anything. But as far as like the actors, like the main characters and pivotal characters in those games, I still feel like they should be in control of that dynamic, because if you get the copy, I don't know, say a RDJ voice or whatnot, you can insert that in the game. I don't like that, because now you're violating like human rights, or it's just like, hey, I can use this and bypass paying you guys. It's some, as far as like developing the game, the landscape, NPCs, things of that nature. But as far as like putting actors out of work and stuff like that, or even the developers behind the scene, I don't want anybody to lose their job. But I feel like it's a great move. It's just got to be in the right hands.
Okay. Yeah. So just for disclaimer, NPCs mean non-playable characters. Just for those who don't know what that means. Non-playable characters, or the AIs of the characters that's not being controlled by you as a user.
Yeah.
But what's your thoughts on that? You think we're getting into an era where scams, or you think video games are kind of moving too fast? Because the next question I got is going to be kind of mind-blowing about how AI is working. But
yeah, so I mean, I think that it's inevitable that people are going to lose their jobs. That's just the way technology works. In 10 years, 20 years, half the people working now doing what they're doing, it'll be obsolete.
Yeah.
So I think that it's smart to use AI, especially in video games. Outside of video games, I have concerns about AI. But inside of video games, using artificially generated or replicated information to make a video game, I feel like that's the perfect place for it. I feel like it's going to take video games to the next level. I feel like, just like you said, interaction with NPCs within these games, if they can give these NPCs their own, processing codes and their own, identities, and that's just going to really, it just changes the landscape of a lot of video games, and it changes the landscape of a lot of things they're able to do with the video game. So I think that it's going to be successful. I think it's going to be the right move. And of course, some people are going to abuse it.
Oh yeah.
But I think that overall, that it'll be successful with video games. It'll push those graphics crazy.
That I agree with. I want to interject with a couple things. But I don't think it's going to be effective when it comes to like probably storytelling. Because when you get those actors who kind of like have those storytelling moments and they put their raw emotions in there, I don't know if AI can capture that. Like when you see an actor or voice actor even acting out a scene and it kind of draws you in, you feel their emotions. I don't know if AI can copy that. It's to that degree of a...
Well, if you look up Unreal Engine 5 and MetaHuman technology, it's getting a little crazy.
Yeah,
I believe that.
It's getting a little crazy, because what they're doing is they're taking all the information from the internet and they're putting it into the character and how they react, even when it comes down to the skin texture. Like that's why it's easier for you. That's why you see it's very easy for them to remake these old games or like give them the HD upgrade or the 4K upgrade. They're using AI to do that. So it's not like they're going in. Well, back in the day, they go in and nitpick every part of the game and redo it, but AI is doing it for them. So, and that goes into my next question. Like, AI has been in video games for decades, right? They always been in video games. But with the advancement of real-time world generation, like a game No Man's Sky, they're actively in real time creating planets for you, actively in real time creating things for you to do in real time. But I would love to see that go back to some older games I used to play. So if there was a game that you would like to see real-time creation in, what game would you like to see real-time creation in? When I think about real-time creation, I think about like Def Jam Fight for New York. What if there was some real-time creation there, like that people just come out of nowhere randomly? Imagine if you was online, people just jump in and it's just changed up the whole world. But what do you all think about AI changing the game in real time? Like actively in real time, and it's not a program, because No Man's Sky does that. You see that in Borderlands a little bit. They have a quadrillion guns. You will never ever go through every gun in Borderlands.
I would say I would like to see that in RPG games or like a Final Fantasy.
Okay.
But I would say probably even a Spider-Man game or something of that nature. But then that'll kind of suck. You might be finna stop a bomb over here, but it's like, hey, I'm finna launch this nuke over here, and it's like, oh man.
But that's what makes it good.
I know.
Yeah, I mean,
it'd be interesting.
Yeah, because I mean, think about like the co-op games that I've played where the second, the NPC wasn't good. Yeah. And I think you go back and I replay those games. With the actual learning AI who's been playing with me level through level, learning how I play. He knows when I take right flank to take left flank. If this is a good AI, this is 5-10 years in the future, and they learning and progressing with me, then this will be like a teammate. Like I'll be playing, with somebody, but not actually with somebody. So I think that when they do stuff like that, it'll be amazing. Yeah. Or just any game that I didn't play where you didn't have those NPCs or the little background stuff. That if those could have just jumped in and changed the whole dynamic of the game, that would have been good.
Well, now that I think about that, that might be a little tough now. Because let's say it is AI in the game, right? And let's say you fighting this boss. All right, cool. Now I'm learning your patterns. Now he's learning your patterns.
Well, now, that's already in video games. Yeah. But what they're trying to do now is to create scenarios that wasn't programmed, because AI is kind of like it's pre-programmed to have this many settings, this many outcomes, and this many adjustments, or counter and react in real time by this many milliseconds. Yeah. But with AI technology, it's like in the moment, random in that moment. I'll give you one game for example: Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead, if you died. Yeah. And you go through the same stage again, in real time, it's changing the placement of the zombies, so it won't create the same scenario ever.
Yeah, they never in the same place.
They never in the same spot ever. That's real time. That wasn't like we got 100 million spots that we can choose from. It's actually in real time. Yeah. Let's say we're playing Cyberpunk, Skyrim, or Grand Theft Auto, right? When you got your headset on, or you got a mic, you can actually walk up to a character and talk to them, and they respond to you in real time with real dialogue. Versus you have a preset dialogue you select from, you actually talking to them. What do you all think about video games doing that?
That's a double-edged sword. Yeah. Because when he was talking, you brought up a couple of games earlier, and I was thinking, if you could, you was like a Spider-Man, or if you're playing this game and that game, and I was thinking, if you have those same games, but you put the AI, that meta AI inside of those games, you would have brand new stories that are personal to you. Like you can play if I tried hard enough, I could replicate your game at Mass Effect. If I go back and I pick everything that you picked, I can replicate that game. But if you have games that have true AI in them, you're going to have a story that is going to be personal just to you. Right. Nobody else is going to see some of these scenes. Nobody else is going to. So I think that's going to change the full landscape. Once you start doing that, then I feel like the games will take shape of their own. It'll be, this is Spider-Man, and you'll play Spider-Man, and you go online to look up, how do I beat level 3? Well, your level 3 is not my level 3.
That reminds me.
And I feel like that'll open up a whole nother market. Like that'll open up a lot more people to games.
Could you imagine how big the download would be?
You seen the last Call of Duty?
Oh,
or Split Faction. Have y'all seen that trailer?
I have not.
Yeah, it's basically it's a new game called, by the creators of It Takes Two, and each person, because everybody like go in their own little pod, but they create their own game in their own mind or whatever. But something goes wrong where one of the girls get pushed into the other pod with the other girl, so they're in each other's games, and it's adapting as it goes. It's kind of crazy, because it's tailored to this woman and everything that she likes to play, and it's like they kind of got to work together to beat each other's game. Also, that brings up another question: what does that look like for DLC?
It will probably be a large download, because remember, AI is still a form of it's some form of memory. It's just the more data or information it can generate. Well, not really, because it's in real time. But it just make me wonder, how will it change the memory size of some of these games? Like you said, Call of Duty, 250 gigs? What do you think Grand Theft Auto 6 gonna be?
Well, I mean, you're thinking about the progression of technology. And, you think about AI and you're like, it is it is as worse as it's gonna be. Like this is the worst that it's ever gonna be. Tomorrow is gonna be better. 5 years is gonna be better. 10 years, 20 years. So even the hard drive sizes they have now, how fast they're upgrading from, we had jump drives that could only hold 2 gigs at one point.
Yeah.
They got 520. They have 3 terabyte jump drives.
Yeah.
Terabytes and jump drives now. They're gonna have decabytes and jump drives.
Petabytes and all that crazy.
So the space won't be an issue. We're upgrading every year. We upgrading our phones. So
Cloud
in
storage.
10, 15 years, everybody gonna have a petabyte box in the crib just already.
A petabyte is ridiculous.
But
that's insane.
just
You don't need that
20,
much space
30,
ever,
40
like-
years from now, yeah. Yeah, when your house is on the operating system and your car is on the operating system and your game, your video game has quantum AI processing of NPCs, you're gonna need a petabyte.
You gonna need something ridiculous.
Need a petabyte.
That's all let's talk about AI. It always takes me back to iRobot. That's what. Hey, you see, I know it's like everything's safe and stuff. You see what happened in that movie, man? It's like artificial intelligence started thinking. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what? I don't think I need this person. I think I can, I can outsmart them. I can outgrow them as far as like my operating functions.
Do you think we're doomed to end up like Wall-E?
Yeah.
You think we're doomed to end up like Wall-E?
100%. We're halfway there.
Yeah, we kind of heading in that.
Hold on.
I mean, they can't. You know what? As the world, they just came up with those Ozempic shots, so they might not be that fat. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the lazy and the sugar, yeah, of course. People are gonna sit and they're gonna consume sugar and be lazy.
And the instant gratification.
Yes, instant gratification.
So, what jobs are safe outside of that? I can't think of anything that's safe. Anything to do with safety, health, and political.
Yeah, human necessities.
Human necessities.
That's it.
That's the only thing that's safe.
That's what's safe. That's what's future proof. No, I don't think anything else is safe outside of human necessities. Like you said, health. That's a necessity. We have to be healthy. We have to eat. We gotta eat? Can we just swallow? You remember? We swallow a pill that's a steak. Well, you make the pills. It's future. They gotta eat something. Is what I'm saying. If you feeding them, hey,
psychology, therapist, I guess.
No. Do you know?
It's not a necessity. It's a want, but it's not a necessity.
I know, but can you think AI can actually connect on a human level?
People are talking to ChatGPT. They're talking to it, not using it. Remember the words I'm using. They're not using it. They're talking to ChatGPT and having conversation.
Yeah.
I'll jump in and say this really quick because there's a situation with a young kid that fell in love with an AI, and he ended up killing himself.
Really?
Yeah, he ended up killing himself. He was like 14 years old or something like that.
They got that new movie.
I remember that. I don't know if you remember. It was a movie with Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
And she was like an Alexa or something, and this dude was talking to her every night or whatever, and she was like, "Well, I love you too, Jimmy," or what his name was or whatnot. And when I tell you, this dude was like obsessed. He was just like, "Well, hey, I called you and you didn't respond or whatnot," and he was, and then like as the movie progressed, he asked like, "Hey, are you in love with me?" Like, she was like, "I do love you." She was like, "Are you in love with me?" She was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Wait, are you in love with others?" And she said, "Yeah, I am." And he was kind of heartbroken. He was like,
Others like other people.
Yeah, and he was like,
hold on, it could be another robot or some shit.
But I mean, she's in love with everybody.
Because it's kind of like Alexa, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a universal thing. But then when he said, "Okay, how many times did you fall in love?" And she was like, 14.5 million times. And he was just heartbroken. This is a real life movie.
Wait, hold on. He was just saying a real story.
No. He was comparing it to that movie.
Oh.
But what I'm telling you is a real story. A 14-year-old kid killed himself.
That's
true.
true.
I'm sure that's not the only case.
Human emotions is very complex, and I don't feel like AI is capable of adapting to that.
But the more information it gets, the more
in a healthy manner.
Even today, right now, if I have an issue, do I want to talk to Kelvin, the individual, or do I want to talk to this AI program that has absorbed 60 million videos of therapists? and they've recorded 60 million answers of therapists, and they've analyzed the subjects of those therapists. So when I talk to this program, it's going to read my facial expressions, my microaggressions, it's going to listen to all my symptoms, and it's going to spit out what the culmination of 60 million therapists would say to me. I can choose to speak to that person, or I can choose to speak to an actual individual. What I'm saying is, in the future, those will be comparable. The human won't be a necessity.
How you gonna interact when you outside? If now, I ain't talking now, but we talking years from now. How are the boy and the girl gonna interact really? Are they gonna practice? What?
Wally.
Wait.
They're not gonna interact.
They not. And also,
they don't have to interact.
Wait.
We can hop online. We can FaceTime.
Let me interject real quick. I seen 2 instances of this, and I'm pretty sure everybody in this room seen this. Well, 3. I'll give you one. One, when you in a room, let's say at a get together, a party, whatever the case being, some folks who know each other talking, 60% of the room is scrolling through their phone.
This is today.
Nobody's really interacting. Here's another thing. When you guys show up at someone's house, do you ring the doorbell? Do you call and say hey, or text them say hey?
Call them, say hey, or text. Doorbell is but
personal.
Wait, hold on. And
doorbell is personal.
Yeah,
the culture and the way that we're going, we're moving to impersonal. Me knocking on your door is a personal.
Yeah,
but our world, the world that we living in today, the way that I would go is I would call because it's impersonal. You don't knock on people's doors because we're not a personal people anymore. Like you said, since COVID, the way that the world and the culture and our young generations are moving, they're moving towards a divided future. They're moving towards, hand sanitizer, my space, your space type of things. Not, conjoined spaces. 6 feet, you stand there, I stand here, I message you, you message me back. We interact like that. I don't have to have actual conversations. Yeah. I don't have to come up with a response in the moment. Yeah. Everything is what I pre-recorded.
Now, I've also seen instances where it's like, hey, some people show love in real life or whatever, but it'd be like, hey, how come you didn't post on my page? Mm-hmm. And it's like, hey, I'm here celebrating you right now, but it's like, oh, hey, you didn't show love on my page, you didn't put it out there, and I'm like,
get the hell out of here! Oh, show on my page.
I've seen this type of interaction.
20 years though. The generation that was born on their phones. Mm-hmm.
Have you all seen?
Gonna mean something to them.
Have y'all seen Black Mirror?
Yeah, sadly.
So you remember the episode where people were like, your status, your likes and stuff goes up.
Or if you're level 5.
If you're level 5, you think we gonna get to some bullshit?
Yeah, like that. Like that in China.
What?
In China right now, they like that. They got the social programs on your phone. They monitor everything you do. You got a social score. Let's say you get a traffic ticket, your score go down. It's only certain stuff that you can do.
You bullshit.
I swear to you, this is in China right now. China, what Trump say? China.
I'm gonna hack it and get 10 stars and go there.
You going to jail.
That's why they say there's so much. That's why they against them so much government oversight, because let's say you being a bad citizen, they'll revoke your. You can't travel as far if you do certain stuff. Social score, your social score, you get like a driving score, you get a credit score, and it's all monitored through the government, through the app. Yeah. So when you do stuff and you give money to people or you borrow and you pay your stuff on time, your score goes up. You pay your bills on time, your score goes up. I did see
something. I don't know if y'all ever watched a TV show called The Community or whatnot. It was about these adults in college or whatnot. Hilarious show, by the way. But they had an episode or whatever like that, and they was like, oh, you're a level 3. We don't talk to those. We only talk to 4 or 5s. And then it's like, oh, if you got a bad grade, oh, this dropped your level. And then it'll drop your likes. Everybody will look at you, and it like the likes will go down for you, and it'll drop your level. It was a funny episode, but hopefully this isn't the case over there.
Oh, shit.
Well, what we were talking about earlier with, what was it? The self-entitlement nowadays, being a victim in the United States gives you power.
Right.
One of these things now that they're trying to implement, because the people in power, they do things generationally. They do it with slow increments, so you don't really see that it's changing.
Okay.
So the fact that everybody, going back to what you were saying, these social scores, they do that now. Like certain social circles just won't associate with you. Some people won't, just because of how much money you make.
Or how many followers you got.
Okay.
But now it's going to be like a universal thing. Like in the United States, like I'm from a third world country. So coming to this, like in those countries, people are a lot more humble, right? But when you come to the United States, everybody feels like they're first class. Everybody feels like they're upper class society because they're making more than the average person. Because the average person in the United States does make more than the average person outside of the United States. Like $50,000 is like you're in the top 1% of the entire world. You know what I'm saying? People don't know that.
This kind of touches on what you said. I remember one time you mentioned, hey, a lot of people kind of judge men based like. They ask a lot of men, hey, what job you work? Because it's kind of like, so I can know what level of respect to give you.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh, hell, I mean, of course.
That's
that's unfortunate. That's just what we are.
It's very unfortunate.
I mean, that's what we are.
But I do understand from a psychological level why why it kind of matters. But at the same time, I don't think people should take it personally. Because I think from an energetic level, like the male experience, you're supposed to be the active force of the universe. Like you're supposed to be the person that's doing. That's why everything is built by men, managed by men. I'm not saying women don't contribute.
Absolutely.
But men specifically are meant to be the movers and shakers of society, right? And because of that, I think now we live in a society where if you as a man aren't contributing in a certain level, they kind of look at you as kind of like an outcast. So for example, that's why they look at, say, the CEO of a Fortune 500 company or a doctor as above somebody who's a taxi cab driver. You know what I'm saying? And but by the end of the day, like, or even a sanitation worker, I'll use that for an example. Like, I had a friend, I'm kind of like,
nah, you good.
But I had a friend, she was from Juarez, Mexico, right? And her mom, she was 4 at the time, and her mother came from across the border. Her father got killed at the border, right? But over the years, she went to, I think, El Paso, Texas or something, and then people in Texas were conservative. They called her like cockroach, you nothing. She was doing like cleaning toilets, janitorial work, stuff like that. Now she's grown up, and she's like, I think she has like a PhD in something or another, I don't remember. But her mother still works in these low-income jobs, even though she doesn't have to, right? Because she's trying to help other people who are coming into the United States from Mexico to take some, because Mexican people, they're very prideful people. They care about the shit that they do, no matter how little it is. But in the United States, it's like if you do a janitorial job, you're a nobody. Like but the thing is, you would never, if you make let's say if you make $100,000 a year and you work in an office, you would never go into a dirty office to work, right? Yeah. So you need to value. American people don't value the little things anymore.
The things that build character and judge a person based off of their characteristic traits.
Yeah, but I also believe it's where you are, because for the state of Indiana, right, the way they value money is different. The way they value money and status is different from how they do it in California. It's different. I just think where you are in that environment you're in. Yes, capitalistic country. That's just what America is. But I think you got to be careful of your environment, because your environment will mold how you act and how you expect to see others and others to see you. But hopefully that, you're in an environment where you don't get the wrong exposure to that and you become a bad person, if that makes sense. If your family worth billions of dollars, you're not at the local library. You're not. You're not. And is that their fault?
No, you don't get to choose the family that you're born into. You definitely don't. But I think it's our responsibility as human beings to look outside of our own world and try to find other perspectives.
I completely agree.
Oh yeah,
that's the concept behind the Matrix, which was created by a black woman. Let me.
Yeah, I will.
You gotta hope that that 1 out of 9 in their culture is gonna move out, and you know what I'm saying, because they have.
Yeah, but one thing is who says these are the responsibilities that we should follow? I'm supposed to put my children in an environment where they're not blinded by what I had, well, not what they were born into, but what they were born into. Who says it's my responsibility? Who told me? It's like you said, that 1 out of 9 or that 5 out of 9 that have that awareness. It's not, if a person is born into wealth, nobody's saying make sure they get exposed to the kids that can't afford caviar every day.
But here's the thing, though.
Nobody's saying that. That's not their culture.
I'm not saying this is every rich person, because I know rich people. But what I'm saying is that, like, when you're born into a very wealthy family, you're given information, you're given resources.
Right.
So and they tell you they create your life for you. They create your perspective when you go out into the world. So a lot of times when they go out, they don't even want to associate with the average person because they think that they're above them. There are people who really
they've already been indoctrinated.
like, there are people in this world that will look at us. We're all productive men.
Right.
There are people in this world that look at us and look at us as nothing but more than like we're cockroaches or nothing. Like there are people who
Absolutely, of course it is.
I agree. I will piggyback off of what you said because I remember I was watching Heart to Heart of Kevin Hart and whatnot, and I remember I don't know if it was on the other red table, but I remember him and Kevin Hart was having a conversation. It was kind of like, man, you work so hard to get out of the situation that you grew up in because you don't want your kids to go through that, you know. So you have these values or whatnot. So you, like he said, you kind of built this protective wall around them. But as him and Will was talking, they was like, that's a double-edged sword. Reason being is because now the things that made me, that built character because of the things I went through, I'm also protecting them from that. So now they feel like they don't have any drive or anything to build, you know, to build your character on. I don't know if I'm saying this correctly.
Well, but
you know,
when you say that, that makes me think about build your character, right? They don't have nothing that will give them an experience or a path that will build character. But when I hear that, I hear you have to go through a struggle to have character.
I know. Now that I will object to that because you don't have to necessarily have to go exactly through that, but it kind of I ain't gonna say it takes away the drive, but not saying you got to go through the ghetto or anything like that, but you still need to instill the hard work ethics of it.
You can do that without getting food stamps. And I'm not knocking food stamps, right?
Absolutely.
But you can do that without having. You can do that without saying, "Oh, you gotta go mow the lawn and take the trash out to understand principle." You can get these things in other different ways. I just think we believe that doing these things create the character. I think waking up every day, going outside, telling people hello, how your day is going, how are you doing? People don't do that, right?
Right.
That's another way to build character. Yes. Asking someone you don't know.
Holding the door.
Holding the door. How are you doing? It's other ways to build character. Not,
absolutely.
I gotta go through what my parents went through. And I'm not knocking their experience, but I think we believe struggle creates character. And I think that is a cycle that we have taught ourselves.
Also, I agree with that.
When you say struggle, I'm gonna have to disagree a little bit. I do think the struggle creates character, but I think there's varying levels of struggle.
That's
right.
And then when the Kevin Hart and Will were talking about it, and they say, "Oh, we shelter our kids from it," that's their faults. That's their downfalls as parents, because you should illustrate or orchestrate a level of, contained struggle for your children.
That makes sense.
There, it should be, a safe
controllable
space.
struggle.
Controllable struggle. You don't just give it to them. You let them work for it, and you can't make them work for it because that takes away the character. It has to be an internal grit. I have to want to be better.
Right.
You have to get them to the point where they want to be better.
I like that.
Like he was saying, a lot of the wealthier kids or people born into different circumstances of a different culture, they're told this character. Their character is built through them, through what other people are telling them. Hey, this is how we think, this is how we feel, and this is what you're going to do. This is how you should see these people. Not, they don't have to say it specifically like that, this is how you see these people. But, with so many words, they illustrate it. But it's up to a parent and the generations before. That's what you said. Who is the person who made, who said you should do this? Or you should have to...
Right.
It's the generations before you. It's your personal struggles. And maybe your personal struggles is going outside and saying hello to everybody because you don't want to say hello to everybody. So you struggled through not wanting to say hello, said hello anyway. You gritted through it. You worked hard at it. And now I'm good at saying hello. Now hey, what's up, everybody? But you kind of have to get to that point.
Right.
The problem with a lot of people in a lot of situations is that there is nothing to be the catalyst to get them to walk out to ask those questions. There's nobody to get them to be, to get out. And then there's no incentive to get them to go out and ask the questions.
That's the word I was looking for. Incentive, drive,
No
ambition.
incentive. There's
I mean,
no
it's
incentive.
some form of gratification.
Yeah.
We got a lot of video games that are announced that are coming out this year. A lot of games coming out. I'm gonna name a few video games. Let me know if it's thumbs up, you're gonna play it. Thumbs down, you're gonna skip it.
Okay.
All right. Of course, Grand Theft Auto 6.
Of
Thumbs
course.
up.
Everybody gonna play Grand Theft Auto 6. Come on, let's go.
Metal Gear Solid 3 remake.
Oh, it most definitely.
I'm not a Metal Gear Solid person. I've never.
Well, you know what? This would be a good introduction for you. I feel like you should definitely experience that.
Started here.
Yes.
Okay.
Matter of fact, this is the very beginning.
Actually, yeah, this is the very beginning. So if you're gonna start, this is the one to start with.
I know it's gonna sound
Okay, I
crazy,
might do
but
it.
Yeah, this is the one to
might
start
do it.
with. All right.
You on Xbox?
Yeah. It's gonna be
Xbox all day for everybody
I'll put
watching.
it this way.
All Xbox all day.
PlayStation.
Hell yeah, Microsoft.
Xbox the best box.
Onimusha. Not this year, but I think next year.
2026.
2026.
They got the remake
And
and
is
part
it
2
a-
coming out. Well, the remaster coming out this year, and a brand new game coming out. The following year.
Onimusha Way of the Warlords.
Brand new game, yes. Remaster,
Brand new.
don't need it.
It's a new story, but it's starting over. If
I
I'm
think so. Kind of like what they did with Dynasty Warriors, perhaps. Don't quote me on that. I don't know, but I feel like
Okay.
it's supposed to be like a new entry. Also, y'all gotta check out this game called Tides of Annihilation. That game looks crazy. And
Okay.
just think of, I don't know, let's say Stellar Blade mixed with like Devil May Cry or something. Like it's Devil May Cry and God of War. Like it looks
Devil May
crazy.
Cry. That's all. That'll be.
It
Sound pretty dope.
Check out the trailer.
Sound like a good, decent game.
Check out the trailer.
All right, Killing Floor 3. Thumbs up, you're playing it. Thumbs down, you're not
Killing
playing.
Floor, I'm not playing.
Nah, I'm not.
Even
I'm
though
not excited
I heard
for it.
this
I mean-
stuff, it's just, I don't know. It's kind of like one of those afterthoughts. But
Exactly.
even though I heard great things about part 2.
Okay. Assassin's Creed Shadow. That's coming out really soon.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
No?
You know
The
what?
delays, the pushbacks.
Yeah, you're right.
I will say, I feel
I'm
like
not excited.
the company has a lot riding on this particular game, because if it doesn't perform well, it could cause a
Well,
lot
but that goes back to what I was saying in one of my other videos. Assassin's Creed been around too long.
Yeah.
It's past its time.
Yeah.
But yay or nay,
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm not gonna play it.
I'm gonna play it because I'm just curious about Yasuke's story and playing Assassin's Creed in Japan in general. But yeah, I do feel like Assassin's Creed should have pulled Battlefield type of stuff, come out every few years, but instead of every year or every other year, it's kind of like
diluted.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Lies
think
of
Mirage went on sale. I think the price dropped a week after it came out.
yeah, it was bad.
And then when they pushed back the new one, I said I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at you. Lies of P. You playing it or not?
Lies of P. They coming out with another.
Yeah.
No, they actually coming out with a huge expansion
Yeah.
of it.
So they making a full game.
No, just say no. It's still
You
a game,
bugging.
but I don't know. It look interesting, but I can't really say I'm a Souls guy like that. I know it sounds
Okay.
crazy, but it looks good though.
So everybody who brought Lies of P at home with a beta, pretty much.
Okay, that sounds like a thumbs down. Borderlands 4.
Absolutely,
I'll play Borderlands.
Well,
all day.
I will not play that shit.
I'm getting no.
Hell no.
Wait, what? I'm
'Cause-
curious. Why?
I never, outside of Crackdown, I never liked video games that were shell shaded, which is the cartoon looking style video game. I never. What is that? Jet Set Radio and
Yeah.
some other game? I was never a fan
I
of
love
that.
Jet
Outside of Crackdown.
You know what? I completely agree. As somebody who grew up at Atari, watched the evolution of graphics and everything, I completely agree. I know some people be like, man, they could be good games. I'm like, hey, we kind of came too far for games to be looking like this. But I will say this, though. There has been 2 games that just changed my complete mind. I don't know if anybody played The Walking Dead, the Telltale series.
Yeah,
or whatnot.
it was cold. That was
Great.
amazing.
Amazing game, but shell shaded. Same with Borderlands. Great humor,
Borderlands.
crazy fun, great co-op. It's just like
But you know what? A game that it's a game that almost got me into shell shaded game. What's that game? It's a little dude, red, got a cape. Beautiful Joe. Beautiful Joe.
That game was ahead of its time.
That shit, dude. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
But shell shaded, I'm not a fan. But Beautiful Joe, The Walking Dead good games.
Yeah, it's only certain games.
It's only certain games.
Yeah. They should do some comic book adaptations.
Yeah.
WWE 2K25.
Definitely.
WWE.
It's coming out real soon. WWE 2K25. Are we playing it or no?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know why,
I'm
but
not the biggest wrestling fan, but I'll play WWE.
Yeah.
It's always entertaining.
Yeah.
I used to be a huge wrestling game fan as far as the games. The last one I really played was SmackDown vs. Raw. That was that era. I got away from it after that.
I did too, but when I played 2024, I don't know, it brought back that feeling that you got when you first played a wrestling game, and it was just like, oh man, this is crazy. Now I know they do the whole general manager and all the background things and whatever. I don't know. I just like getting in there, just having crazy fun, but you know,
anything I can pick up and play.
Exactly.
It ain't. You think I don't go drop $80 on it? As a matter of fact, before I get into the last two, Grand Theft Auto 6 is supposed to be the gateway to $80 video games. If games transition to $80 video games this year because of Grand Theft Auto 6, are y'all buying games at $80?
Well, they did say $100.
I heard $100.
Yeah.
But are they that greedy?
There's no way.
Yeah. Well,
He said there's no way.
Grand Theft Auto, GTA can do whatever they want, and we're going to pay for it. The rest of the industry cannot have $100.
Exactly. I will say it's like
that's like saying we'll charge you $40 to see Avengers Endgame. Oh yes, you can. I'll pay. I would have paid $40.
Yeah, I would have paid for it.
That's not
The rest of the industry was not getting that $40.
Let's not inspire that. But even though that is the case, because you yourself are a movie goer,
GTO.
and if you notice, sometimes when an Avengers movie came out, the tickets would be $16-17. But if you go see a different movie, it's like $12-13.
Well, it's inflated.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that has happened. Now GTA, perhaps they go get away with that because the hype is there. It's kind of like an iPhone. They don't care what the price is. They going for it.
He ain't lying.
They give you two new features.
Right.
This is a
I can give you a
product that they've been working on for 14 years. 13?
12.
12.
They came out 2013.
12 years. I'm okay with paying that money for that.
And you still ain't got the DLC.
You
the
know
extra-
they worked for 6 months on Madden, right?
Oh damn!
$100.
Yeah.
You right.
$100.
Everybody worked 6 months on Madden.
$100.
You right.
Me personally, it depends on the game.
$100.
Well, see, I don't want to talk about the stuff from the other podcast, but there's always that one game that be like, hey, we're gonna test it out, and everybody else follow.
Yeah. Not to divert from video games, but that's what Apple did. They took out the chargers at their phones. They said, we're not going to include charger bricks in our phones on board. Everybody was like, oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We're going to start doing that too. Hopefully, again, GTA can get away with that. But your 2Ks or, your Maddens or your ABC games, they can't get away with that. Yeah.
Because if GTA sets the bar with the price and the product, and everybody else comes to the bar with the product, then we'll continue to play that price. I'm okay with paying $80 for. I haven't played GTA 6, but I know what GTA 6 is going to be. So I'm okay with paying the money that they placed into the game.
That's what
the rest of these developers are not putting $80 to $100 in these games. What you just said, what is it, Lies of P? They about to get the rest of the game. They already paid $60.
It is like you said though. They did set the bar. Other people are going to try to hit that price point, but not set the bar with it. That's why people probably would be willing to do that, because they know that GTA originally came out in September 2013, and they are still updating this game. Because people have seen, oh, you guys have a real commitment behind it.
Well, I mean, it's the product is going to deliver what you paid. It's going to deliver what you paid. Virtual Fighter, they remaking a game. Are you playing it, or you're not playing it?
I'm gonna pass on the Virtual Fighter.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on.
I'm gonna pass as well. I'm sorry, Tekken exists, but
a virtual refight. They should do that with like a new console. Remember what they did with when the Xbox came out?
Yeah.
Combo Breaker. What game is that?
Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct. Yeah. Remember how they put Killer Instinct? It came with the Xbox.
Yeah.
That's a Virtual Fighter move.
Don't. How you gonna play Virtual Fighter like that? It's gonna be a combo pack with the system.
I'm just
Damn.
Yeah.
You ain't got no faith.
I think that a problem with systems nowadays, they don't come with games. Is we sell systems without pre-installed games. I feel like every system that comes out should have like
You showing your age.
Wait, no.
That's all the
I agree.
You old as hell.
Everybody want to pay $80 to $100 for Virtual Fighter?
Hell no, to the no. Hell to the no.
Yeah.
But my thing,
But it's got to be a game
Ain't nobody got time for that.
that actually showcases.
you're right.
It's got to be a game that actually showcases the power.
There's
of
nothing
that system.
there's nothing that the Virtual Fighter team can do.
you that
Well,
hell.
who knows? What if they do Virtual Fighter and like add some Mortal Kombat aspects to it? You know?
I think they've been too removed from the game too long,
Perhaps.
as far as fighting game industry. All right, Ninja Gaiden. They're remaking original one, and they got a 4 coming out.
Yes.
What did he say?
It still looks super aggressive. I feel like they're gonna do it right. Are y'all playing it?
Yes.
Yeah, I play
I'll
that.
pay
Yes.
$200 for that game.
You'll pay $200.
I haven't broken the controller in a while.
Hold on, fellas. You know, you say you pay $200 for a collection. We ain't gonna inspire $200
No.
price points.
there are
Don't
some
let the
games.
developers hear it.
Yeah.
There are some games I will always get the collector's special edition, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Mass Effect, I always get the highest version. Metal Gear, I always get the highest version.
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden, I will pay some money for that because have you seen the trailer?
Yeah.
You have? Dude, that shit looks aggressive.
It looks insane.
It's hard. That's the best part about Ninja Gaiden. It's not
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
A lot of samurai games coming out. You know, Ghost of Tsushima, Tenchu Z. No, not Tenchu Z. Ghost of Tsushima, Shakiro, Shadow Die Twice. There's a lot of samurai games coming out, right?
Yeah.
The only one that hasn't been remade is the one I accidentally just said, Tenchu Z and Bushido Blade. Did I miss something? What happened? Why samurai games exploding all of a sudden all over again? Was it a movie that came out? Like, what happened?
I don't think it's samurai games. I think it's single player action games.
Single player action games is coming back?
Wow.
Single player, yeah. Single player, story driven action games. That's
And you think that Samurai just happened to be the one with that's a part of the
yeah. I mean, it's just the trend right now.
I would
It's
say
just a trend.
because they even making Shinobi. That's making a comeback.
Yeah, I will say they have.
The Assassin's
Done.
Creed got ninjas in it.
Yeah, I would say they have done samurai games before, whatnot. I mean, I know everybody hopping on the Dark Souls wave, but I know Sekiro was pretty good. But I felt like the catalyst for all of this, because they had the Neos and, like I said, Sekiro, but the catalyst is Ghost of Tsushima. It's like everybody's chasing that they set the bar basically in the samurai realm. Yeah, you got Rise of the Ronin and Wulong and. They chasing that. Not to mention the show Shogun came out. That was a huge hit with everybody. So I think that's what reawakened the whole samurai movement.
Okay, yeah, because I don't like it. Everybody's coming back outside of Tenchu Z and Bushido Blade.
Wait, wasn't Tenchu like an assassin game though?
It is, but it's still related to sneaking, samurai sword. It's in that same universe. But you're right, it is more sneaking. And then I like Bushido Blade because it was cold.
It was.
I'm surprised
All right.
they haven't given Kratos a katana yet.
Well, I like exactly what they're doing with Kratos. Like it literally fits his character. Because when he had an axe, I was like, all right, you know what? You kind of got like, you know, this what's the word I'm looking for? This Viking look.
yeah.
Not even Viking. You know, the guys who be chopping down trees, lumberjack look. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, and I'm like, all right, cool. You know, and it fit.
There's a lot of Marvel movies coming out this year, right? And they're trying to get us ready for the next phase. Are you watching Captain America: Brave New World?
No doubt.
Yes,
Absolutely.
100%.
Are we watching Thunderbolt that comes out in the summer?
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
I'm not going to watch Captain America. I'm going to watch Thunderbolt. But are we watching Fantastic? Are we watching Fantastic Four?
100%.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that one. Even, I know it's gonna sound crazy. I'm not too crazy about Fantastic Four, like as the heroes, but I'm curious to see how they're gonna do this one.
Yeah, because this have to be the first step to Doomsday.
Yeah,
Not Doomsday. This is not
Dr.
DC.
Doom.
I mean Doctor Doom. What am I saying?
yeah. I mean,
This is what it's called,
might
right?
call his
Avengers
page.
Doomsday?
You're right. The movie's called Doomsday,
Yeah.
but I'm thinking.
Nah,
I instantly
you
thought
good.
about DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we watching the new Daredevil?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
The show?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. The first Daredevil was great.
Okay.
The Netflix one?
Yeah.
A game that you didn't say is Battlefield. You guys playing Battlefield?
Battlefield? Yeah, I probably
Better than Battlefield coming out?
Yes.
This year?
I saw I saw a teaser trailer for it.
Wow.
I'm on my radar.
I'm curious
It was
about that.
a lot of destructible environments. It was in game.
Yeah.
I'm definitely
great.
playing that.
Yeah.
I know this gonna sound
Yeah,
crazy,
I'm
but
100% down.
yeah, because I don't know, Battlefield brings like something different versus Call of Duty. Call of Duty go do its thing or whatever, but I'll put it this way: if Call of Duty is like, you know, like grilled chicken or whatever, or like Battlefield is like jerk chicken or something, you know. It's the same thing, but a little more.
That ain't the same
You know,
thing.
no, it adds a little something extra to it. Because again, my experience when I played Battlefield, what was that, 2 or 3 or whatever? It was like, all right, cool. I'm playing online. I throw a grenade at this guy. He in a building. It breaks a structural piece, and it collapsed. And it was like, oh, you just got multiple kills, and I'm just like, whoa, that's some real life stuff right there. But I don't know, it was a different experience.
Yeah. I'm gonna look that up.
Call of Duty then saturated the market. I mean, we need something else.
Yeah, of course.
Or competition.
Yeah. You step the game up because Call of Duty gonna keep rinsing and repeating.
Yeah, of course, but people gonna keep buying it.
That one there was a violation.
The Ironheart show on Disney.
Yeah, you know what? I'm really curious about.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they gonna do. I know things didn't go too great in Wakanda forever. I know that was a little, you know, it was kind of all over the place. But I'm curious. I like that hero itself, so I'm curious to see what they gonna do with the show.
Well, it's just, are you gonna watch it? You gotta watch it to know if you're gonna finish it. You can watch the first episode and don't finish the rest.
Absolutely.
Are you just gonna watch it because we're going into the next phase of the Marvel Universe. We are all fathers here, right? But what era of video game would you like to experience with your children? So we got the first era of video games, right? We got the early computer era, the 50s to the 70s. We got the arcade boom, 70s to the 80s. Then we have the home consoles, late 70s to early 90s. Then you got the portable gaming era, early 90s to the 2000s. You got the online era, right? Playing online, 90s to the 2010s. Mobile boom, 2000 to the present. The VR era, which is the 2010s to the present. And then finally, we have the current era. AI's already been in video games, but AIs are processing even faster now. The 2020s, the AI era. What era would you relive with your children?
When did we leave the VR era?
When did we leave?
It just came and went, huh?
Hey, you wrong.
AI just came and took over. Huh?
It's still there, I guess.
Hey, you are like it should disappear.
Yeah. It's like we AR now.
Yeah.
So me, definitely, I would go back and experience with my children the arcade boom.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
The coins, the quarters, going in there, beating your friend's ass next to them with the arcade stick. What? I will relive that.
That would be amazing.
That's the struggle that they gonna need to build the character.
I see you choosing the hard way.
You're gonna be getting whooped. You gotta either be good or you gonna learn to get good.
You gonna learn to get good.
Yeah, you gotta bust them quarters out and then learn some combos because the other person paid money. We're not just playing for fun. You know, it's a grown. Yeah, I was a little boy and it was a grown man, and he put his money in there. I put my money in there, and our willpower wasn't the same.
It's the pressure of people behind you, and it's like,
I mean,
you gotta get off the stage.
Yeah.
You take some instant gratification when you see your name at the player #1 scoreboard. Yeah. That was a time.
Well, piggybacking off of what I said earlier, how I look at life like a video game. Hey, what I love about video games is it teaches you to keep trying, even though it's hard and you just want to give up. You like, I want to find a way to beat this, how to get around this.
And I think another era I would definitely go back and do all over again is the online era. It ain't nothing like telling that punk ass kid in the basement at his mama house, we whooping your ass, and he turned the system off because he lost.
Oh yeah.
Woo, them motherfucking times were great.
It was.
Those lobbies, those pre-game lobbies, those after game lobbies.
Yeah, that man. So on the phone, we finna get the squad together. Hey, we on that 10. I don't care, put the kids to sleep.
they try to take it away from the games nowadays, and everything is community strikes, and you can't say this.
It ain't the same.
They should give you the option.
Are they really hard about it now? Or community strikes?
Yeah, you report people if you in your mama's basement and I'm constantly berating you, I'm gonna up you up. You can just report me.
But
get me blocked, get me banned.
But how much truth or weight do they? I mean, do they do research, or should I press a button and you automatically flag to investigate?
Community. If I'm telling, I'm calling everybody crazy. I'm talking about you, him. He's gonna report me. You gonna report me. They gonna report me. They gonna report me. They gonna report me. They gonna ban my account.
Get the out of here.
You know what?
Over trash talking.
Yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing, though.
I'm not going to just say just trash talking, but if people keep reporting me for, from 0 to 100 of trash talk, I'm on 100. All right? We talking about me constantly being on 100, me saying all the stuff you're not supposed to say, all the words you're not supposed to say, constantly. Yeah, they'll ban you.
Yeah, because I guess we're in an era where people are more sensitive to things.
Yeah.
Nah, that. We getting on Halo.
Yeah.
I'm going to headshot your ass. And get Halo dropped.
You going to jail.
The video game community is kind of like a dog world. Yo, you stepped in this ring, you know what to expect. So,
man, I remember we were teabagging people on Halo.
Yeah.
And you couldn't do nothing about it.
I played some games of Shoddy Snipes on Halo too. They changed my life.
Oh my God.
Veins was coming out my neck. I mean, I was losing. But the words that was being said, I was teaching myself new curse words.
Man,
that's how I feel, man. I was like, it was crazy. I was playing.
So you mean to tell me if I get on there right now and I start saying some crazy nonsense and I get a few reports, they should gonna flag my account, even though it's technically free speech, right?
Well, technically, they did an update and it was like, hey, some matches may be recorded, so or monitored, I shall say. Because here's
Xbox
the thing,
Live, man, this ain't Twitter.
But hold on, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. When you first get online, don't it say rated pending, right? Mm-hmm. It's not rated because it's free. And I don't want to use the word free speech, but it's online. People can say what they want.
Yeah.
Whether it's racial, a prejudice, whatever it is, you can say what they want. So you mean to tell me if I get on there, I'm talking trash, I can just if I get enough complaints based off me talking trash, I can get my account deleted.
I don't think people will probably do that if you talk a trash, but some people a lot of people take talk of trash the wrong way, like as in they're taking it in the wrong direction. Because you would have some people or whatever, they'd be like, "Oh my God, look at you, dude! You're like 1 in 20, man. Go off yourself or whatever." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
some crazy
trash.
Okay. Like no, they say stuff like that like nowadays, which is like it's absurd. Like it's just. I get it. A game can be competitive, but you don't need to like attack a person like personally. Not on that degree. Like you could be like, "Hey. Yeah, hey, that's why I had your mom's last night," or something like that. Cool. But not something like, that personal where it's like, telling them to harm themselves. Like, that's not.
So if I say, "Hey, man, go kill yourself," like I headshot you.
Yeah, see.
I can get
you can essentially, if enough people report you saying that you being abused, they give you options of what the person is saying. They got to be like hateful, abusive, violent. I'm gonna come to your house and chop your head off, and then I'm gonna do this to your mom, and then I'm gonna,
I don't know how I missed.
Absolute debauchery.
They say that, and then they'd be like, "Hey, yeah, you was talking to an 11-year-old kid at that time," and
they
like,
ban your account.
Oh hell,
you try to trade your game in at GameStop, they gonna tell you that it's a ban on your account. The system is, you can't get online.
Here's another problem, and I know this might, divert our conversation. And what if your account get banned? What happens to your digital games? Does those games go away as well? Since
most likely it's attached to your gamer tag. Yeah. Hope y'all enjoyed the conversation. Please subscribe, like, and drop a comment. And I'll catch y'all guys next time.
Peace.